Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining here at Unapologetically Progressive. Now, today we're going to continue talking about that big Trump-Elon Musk breakup and what it may have for the future and the things that may come out of it. Now, we all know that Elon and Trump got together last year to help Trump get elected. Elon did it because he hated um, liberals. He hates trans people mostly. And that's basically what he ranted about when he would be at a Trump rally and stuff like that was, you know, too much spending, and he hated trans people because the crowd wouldn't really get behind some of the cuts that Elon wanted to make. I remember watching one Trump rally that Elon was at, where Elon was railing against Medicaid spending and food stamp spending and housing spending, and the crowd really wasn't getting behind it. But when he started ranting about the gays and the trans people, the crowd all of a sudden came alive because Elon knows where his bread was buttered. Honestly, I don't think Elon believes half the shit that he says about trans people, but nonetheless, I digress. Um, but we all know that Elon knows a lot about that campaign. Now, there's no complete proof as of yet that that election was rigged, but there is an organization known as the Election Truth Alliance who has analyzed three of the key swing states in the 2024 election. They do see discrepancies, they do see issues with the numbers, and it does appear that according to them, there appears to be a number at which things switch, like where the computers were programmed to switch and start counting votes improperly and giving votes to Trump and taking votes away from Biden. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, and this channel isn't a conspiracy channel, but I will leave you the link down below so you can do your own research. But they're called the Election Truth Alliance, and they've been investigating the 2024 election, and they've found discrepancies in the reporting. Also, if you go to the Christopher Titus YouTube page, you will see a two-part series from him, from one of the people from the Election Truth Alliance, where they are discussing the discrepancies and the possibility of, election tampering of some sort. So I'm going to leave the links to the link to the Election Truth Alliance, and you can make your own decisions on what you believe from there. But we'll get to that in one of the slides here that he kind of gestures toward a little bit, honestly. But let's look at this first slide here, this first tweet from Elon. Time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason why they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. Mark this post in the for the future. The truth is going to come out. Now, here's the thing. We all have known for years, if you've had any connection to the political world at all, we've known for years, ever since we knew that there were the Epstein files to begin with, that Donald J. Trump was on them. Because Epstein and Trump, as much as Trump wants to say he wasn't, and he cut off the friendship, Epstein and Donald Trump were best buds. They threw parties together. There's a reason that there is a lawsuit has been out there about Donald Trump and Epstein raping a 13-year-old girl. Right? It's because they were best buds. They were known to be best buds. They were known in that circle to be best of friends. But we all know Donald Trump was a part of it. Now, I don't know to what extent. I'm not going to sit here and make claims and say that he did something he didn't do. But he was a part of it. He did most likely fly on the Lolita Express, just like Bill Clinton did. Now, we've had people that have corroborated that Bill Clinton didn't do anything nefarious. We don't have anybody that has said that yet about Donald Trump. Possibly because Donald Trump won't let any information come out about it. But Elon knows everything about it. I guarantee you, Elon knows everything about whether or not Trump was on those flights, what he did at that island, what he didn't do at that island, because he and Trump became really good chummy buddies. So I'm pretty sure Elon knows a lot that we do not know yet. So I'm hoping at some point he will share the information, if anything else. I have no respect for Elon Musk or Donald Trump, but I hope something good comes out of this. At least we can find out some facts about things that have been going on. And maybe we'll get some actual facts about the Epstein files, because it is interesting that Trump, in both campaigns, or, in this campaign and the campaign in 2020, he swore he would get these files out, and he never intended to do so. According to Elon Musk, he hasn't done so because he is on the list. Now, this is, like I said, this is something most people already knew, but a lot of people may have not. A lot of people may have been in the dark on this because not everybody has looked into this stuff. Not everybody has investigated this stuff. I myself, I've only watched. I mean, I've watched every documentary I can find. I've read every write up on Jeffrey Epstein and the people he was working with and doing things with. A lot of people haven't done that, and it's disgusting what could be on this list. And honestly, I think the public, I think the world deserves to know what leaders were on this list and what leaders are known to have done what, and what leaders may have just been working with, you know, with Epstein for different reasons. But remember, when Epstein, you know, got released from custody back in 2008, the people that had to release him, the police officers that released him, were told, had the FBI told them to release him. And when asked why the FBI was telling them to release them, the FBI agent said, "I don't know. It comes from higher up than me." And they were up there pretty high in the FBI to begin with, right? So somebody knows something, right? And I would love for all this information to be out there because I believe in transparency. And I don't care who it hurts. I don't care if it hurts my party. I don't care if it hurts Republicans. I don't care. I want the truth out there. And if we know, if Democrats are on that list or Republicans are on that list that are running for Congress or trying to be the president of the United States or run anything like that, then they should be barred from office. I mean, that's just how it should be. And I hope Elon finds a way to publish this information, or maybe the people over at Anonymous, will get a hold of the information because they've been really good at hacking stuff. But we'll see what happens. And then, of course, there was this tweet from Donald Trump. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. We all know that he didn't make him leave or want him to leave because Elon left because he was forced to by federal law. Um, I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew of for months. Okay, let me read that again. It's a Trump tweet. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Elon Musk was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months, and I was going to do. And he just went crazy. Now, we can break this down a little bit. Like I said, Elon left because he had to. Federal law required it, and the courts weren't really going to let him stay. But okay, Trump, you asked him to leave, sure. Trump took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy an electric car. How many of you out there were forced by the federal government to buy an electric car? Well, was anybody out there forced to? Do you ever remember the government coming to you with guns and threatening to deport you or arrest you if you bought a anything other than an electric car? I know a lot of people that have bought new cars over the last 10 years and over the last 5 years specifically, and guess what? Most of them did not buy electric. So no one is forcing anyone. Um, there was no mandate to begin with. There just wasn't. And and he just went crazy after the EV mandate was removed. That didn't exist. Now there were some benefits to buying electric. If you wanted to buy electric, there were like I believe there was like some $2,000 to $3,000 in rebates, tax rebates you could get for buying an electric car, but no one forced anyone to buy an electric car. But those subsidies going away, I could definitely see Elon Musk going nuclear because of it, right? And yesterday, of course, Donald Trump threatened to pull all of Elon Musk's subsidies that he gets from the federal government for SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, and all the other companies that Elon Musk is currently running, that he gets money from the federal government for. And I really believe that this could lead to some ramifications for the Trump administration down the road. In fact, Elon Musk is so angry at this point that he is threatening to start a third party that deals with the 80% of people in the middle, which I find to be interesting because Elon Musk isn't in the middle. Elon Musk is so far removed from the middle. People in the middle don't do Nazi salutes. People in the middle don't hate the LGBTQ community by and large. Because the majority of Americans support LGBTQ rights. The majority of Americans don't support fascism and Nazism. Right? People in the middle just get the job done. Right? They just do what needs to be done for people. But this is what's happening. We could see you could see Elon Musk fund a third party campaign against Republicans in Congress just to hurt Republicans that support Trump. You could see initiatives for space travel and things like that stopped that Elon Musk is pushing for. You could see literally the death of SpaceX, which would really put a damper on getting U.S. people to the International Space Station and things like that, right? But we'll see. Not to mention, there are millions of people around the world that rely on Starlink internet connections because they don't live in areas where they can have regular internet. Now, there are issues with that. There have been issues that I've had with the way Elon Musk works. Like if somebody that ends up using it is using it because in a way that he doesn't like, he cuts it off. Right? I don't find that to be okay. But right here we see, Elon, Trump saying that Elon went crazy because of the EV mandate, and it wasn't just the EV mandate that didn't exist being taken away that Donald Trump or that Elon Musk went crazy over. He didn't like how he wasn't getting his way. Elon Musk was throwing a temper tantrum, and Donald Trump, being the petulant little child he is doing the same thing. This is just what happens when two narcissistic assholes get together and the relationship implodes. And everybody knew from the moment that this ill-conceived love child was created of the Trump-Musk relationship, we knew it was going to implode at some point because they're both stubborn, you know, toxically macho jerks. And we all know that Elon Musk is the reason Donald Trump is there. And like I said, I still don't believe it was just because Elon Musk showed up and started talking. because a lot of people in the crowd had no idea what he was talking about, and other times didn't support what Elon was talking about until he started talking about the trans agenda and all that kind of mess, right? Um, and this is where what I was alluding to earlier, where Elon kind of puts it out there that without Elon Musk, Donald Trump would not be president right now. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and Republicans would have a 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Now, it's interesting that he would know that for sure that Trump would have lost this election and that Dems would control the House if it wasn't for him. And this may be as close to a confession as we ever see. But this really, right here, this really plays into that conspiracy that people have that Trump stole the election, that the machines were rigged some sort of way. Like I said, that I'll link you the information to the Election Truth Alliance and let you come up with your own opinion on that. But at the end of the day, whether it's true or not, he is definitely pandering to that kind of conspiracy. So we'll see. Now I asked this question, what do you think Elon would do this on social media? Do you think Elon would actually come out and admit that he helped rig the election somehow for Donald Trump? And people are like, "Oh no, he would go to prison, he would go to jail." But there's one thing that we haven't discussed. People within the Trump camp, like Steve Bannon and others that have, huge sway over Donald Trump, have suggested that Elon Musk be deported because he lied about his documentation, right? That he falsified some information because he came to America on a school visa and then didn't go to school, right? Now, I believe he should be deported for that anyway, for deporting all these other people. But at the same time, I do find it interesting because if they were to deport him, they couldn't charge him with anything. Because I know the way Elon Musk works, he would just take his ball and go home, right? He'd either go back to South Africa or he would go somewhere that had no extradition treaty to the United States. And that's just the truth. But anyways, that's what we have going on in the world of uh, the Trump Elon breakup, and I think it's really interesting. It's kind of scary at the same time that this is going on. That this could be a lead to other things. I'm hoping, if anything, I hope it blows the top off the Trump administration and hampers Trump's ability to get things done. I hope it confuses the Trump base to the point that they don't know who to support. And I don't know about Trump, but I do know that Elon wants to get rid of Trump now. I do find that interesting. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you down the road.